Welcome to This Explainer. Okay, right off the bat, I want you to take a deep, steady breath. Look, navigating the legal process can absolutely be the most stressful, high-stakes situation of your entire life. It's no wonder most people panic after an arrest. They simply don't know the process, and, well, fear thrives in the unknown. But today, we're going to remove that fear. We're replacing it with clear, structured, legally sound information. Let's prepare you for reality.
Picture this: the flashing police lights, the sudden realization, and then those words, "You're under arrest." So, what actually happens next in the US? You know, it is completely natural for your heart to race. Your mind goes completely blank. The shock of the moment is intense. But understanding exactly what happens immediately after those words are spoken is quite literally your strongest defense against making a life-altering mistake. So let's establish the structured reality of this whole process right now.
Here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We've got 4 clear phases. First, the initial arrest encounter. Second, your constitutional rights. Third, surviving the booking process. And finally, avoiding critical mistakes. Knowing this timeline transforms a chaotic experience into a predictable procedure.
Part 1. The initial arrest encounter and managing those crucial first minutes.
Let's define the physical start of this journey. An arrest is simply the initial phase where police may place you in handcuffs to take you into custody. Anticipating these handcuffs is absolutely vital. You have to remember, it's just standard operational procedure, not a personal attack. Being mentally prepared for this physical restriction is your very first step to maintaining your composure.
The most crucial point here is this: don't panic. You really must manage your anxiety by explicitly controlling your breathing. See, when those handcuffs go on, your body is instantly going to trigger a major fight-or-flight response. You have to consciously counter that. Take slow, deliberate breaths to basically command your nervous system to stand down.
All right, once you're secured, you enter the transport phase. This simply means being moved to a station or a detention facility. I know it feels terrifying heading to an unknown location, but let's demystify it right now. It is literally merely a transition to a secure administrative building. That is all. During transport, your only job is to stay calm. Keep your hands visible, and whatever you do, avoid physical resistance. Listen, physical resistance will never unarrest you. No way. It only escalates the situation and creates severe legal problems down the line. Complete physical compliance is what ensures your safety.
Part 2. Your constitutional rights, which is basically your legal shield.
Even in police custody, you are heavily protected by the law. You have the right to remain silent, and you have the right to a lawyer. These aren't just, dramatic words you hear on television shows. They are the actual bedrock of the U.S. legal system. They are absolutely the most powerful tools you possess.
Furthermore, these rights apply immediately. You do not have to speak. I'm actually going to repeat that because it's the firm foundation of your legal safety. You do not have to speak. Your silence cannot be used against you as evidence of guilt. It's an active protective shield. You simply invoke it by stating clearly that you wish to remain silent and that you want an attorney, and then you must hold strictly to that silence.
Part 3. Surviving the booking process and what goes on inside the detention facility. Let's define what we're actually facing here, to kind of strip away the fear. Booking is simply the administrative recording of your arrest at the facility. Try to look past the harsh, intimidating environment of a police station. At its core, it's just data entry. It's the facility formally logging that you are present in their system. Honestly, recognizing it as just a mundane administrative task really helps remove that psychological terror.
The booking procedure breaks down into 4 clinical, entirely predictable steps: identification, paperwork, fingerprints, and photographs. That's it. They'll ask for your name and basic details. They'll process their internal paperwork. They'll take your fingerprints, and they will take your photograph. Knowing these exact physical actions completely removes the shock value. During this long administrative phase, just breathe. Maintain your composure. Because of the extreme anxiety of the situation, people often make critical errors right here. They nervously chat with officers. They offer spontaneous apologies. They try to humanize themselves just to break the uncomfortable silence. Please do not do that. Breathe, quietly observe, and maintain a dignified, silent composure.
Part 4. Avoiding critical mistakes and protecting your future.
Without a doubt, the absolute biggest mistake you can make is talking way too much. The legally correct action, requesting legal advice. Under extreme stress, people try to talk their way out of the situation, or they try to explain their side of the story. Do not do this. Every single word you say will be documented. Your only job is to request your lawyer.
Another massive behavioral mistake is arguing with the officers. It only creates additional legal problems. You have to realize, you are never going to win a legal debate on the side of the road or inside a detention facility. Arguing can quickly lead to extra severe charges, things like resisting arrest or obstruction. The street, the police station, those are not the courtroom. Save your defense entirely for the judge and your attorney.
So the core truth of this entire blueprint really boils down to this. Knowing your rights can help you stay calm during stressful situations. Legal knowledge is literally the ultimate cure for panic. When you actively know your rights, you regain control of your own mind and you protect your legal future. Which leaves us with one highly critical question to wrap up. If this scenario happens to you, will you remember to remain silent? It's really easy to understand these concepts right now, sitting in the safety and comfort of your home. But true legal preparation means cementing this fundamental right into your mind so deeply that it becomes your absolute automatic response in a crisis. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Remember your rights and stay safe out there.